Mampani John Dramani Mahama to Ghana for nimitichu ne sorry akendi for no se ko base bi aban na chia obi a betumi aka se be ya betumi atenetere na yetimi aboa so man.
There was an introduction of heads of states from very many different countries, and the applause that was given to the head of state from Burkina Faso was the loudest. And so that should tell us something, that as politicians and Democrats, we need to set up to continue to hold the faith of our young people in our democratic governance. And so these are issues that the church, as the moral voice of society and the conscience of the nation, must continue to be one of the watchdogs. And so I urge you, when things are not going well, to be able to raise your voices and draw our attention to it. The government I lead is not an intolerant government, and if people speak and criticize us, we're not going to come and harass them and hound them and give them threatening phone calls. And so I believe that the church can speak freely, the media can speak freely, and we will take it as, a positive instrument for correcting whatever they are referring to. Religion has become the instrument of strife and division amongst people, but not so in Ghana. In Ghana, we live in peace, we interact as people of different faith, and I think that is a blessing that God has given us. And so for that, as I announced during the campaign, we will work with the clergy and people of all faiths to institute the National Day of Prayer and Thanksgiving again. We think that we should take a day in the year to offer thanks to God for what he has done. And the Bible says that if we thank him for his favors, he would add more blessings to us.
Mampani John Dramani Mahama na eka we so se wanhwa Ho Airport na war from Montemahin Kromo no ya the be first class pilot training of West Africa.
We built the Ho Airport with a lot of expectations that it will become a major commercial route for our domestic airlines. And indeed, one of the airlines started, that is Passion Air. And unfortunately, the traffic did not build up as quickly as they had expected. And so they had to hold back and reappraise the strategy for Volta region. I actually tried to find out why. And they were using an aircraft that, they have two aircrafts. One is 70 passengers and one is, I think, 50 passengers or so. And so my advice to them was to start with a smaller aircraft, and as the route develops, then you can bring in the larger aircraft. So I think they're reappraising their strategy, and I'm sure once they do that, they might start flights to Ho again. But there's the proposition to use the airport as a pilot training school, a first-class pilot training school for West Africa, so that young people who are interested in training as pilots will come to Ho and train at the Ho Airport. That will help us to utilize the airport more. And so we're going to work on that so that we can operationalize it as quickly as possible.